Welcome back to the channel, gamers. My name is Tacky. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today we've got some great news. World War III has finally dropped an update that attempts to fix their sound issues. That was the primary gripe when it came to most players. Unfinished weapons like the barrel you heard in the beginning, sound bugs, too much ambience, horrible footsteps, lots and lots of gripes in those areas. However, this update aims to fix it, as well as some other complaints like overpowered vehicle gameplay. So let's go over this update a bit and talk about the changes, because I'm actually a little bit disappointed with this update, more so what didn't come than what did. But first, a brief reminder here, if you're looking for internet privacy that keeps power-hungry big tech from monitoring and selling your data, and you don't want to spend an arm and a leg for it, the fellows over there at Atlas VPN offer their services to my viewers at $1.99 per month. Things are getting crazy and prices are going to continue to climb, it appears. But with Atlas VPN, you can lock in this rate for that privacy, as well as gain things like regional pricing and those Netflix titles that aren't available in your region. You can have all this on unlimited devices, so all you need to do is click down below for that penny pinching protection while also supporting the channel. So thank you so much for that. Alright, back to the update here. Let's talk about the audio changes. As you can see by this list here, there are many changes. I'm obviously going to link the patch notes down below so you can read through everything here because I can't show you everything. But for now, I'm going to be talking about what's most important. As you saw in the intro there, they've added sounds to any weapons that were missing them, as well as upgraded the other weapon sounds. A huge complaint before was that nearly every weapon sounded like an airsoft weapon. I noticed this a lot in third-person mode, but now, however, a lot of guns both in third and first-person sound much better, though I obviously haven't had the time to test them all, but the ones I have tested sound very good. Grenades especially, this is something that I think is really nice. Grenades were a change that I didn't expect to come. I thought the grenade sounded okay, but now this sounds so much better. Previously, it just sounded like an explosion, but listen to this. You can hear all that debris falling, and it's really nice. Those little tiny sound add-ons really add a lot of immersion and a lot of enjoyment to the soundscapes in this game. Moving on to sounds in vehicles, they've all received an upgrade. There were some vehicle attachments that didn't hardly have any ambient sounds inside the vehicle, some that didn't make any sounds while shooting. This should all be fixed now, but again, I haven't had the time to test out all the vehicles. But according to the notes, this is all fixed. Again, there are loads of other changes, including positional audio, the gunfire distances, that strange rush of footsteps you get when you've got a lot of teammates beside you. All these things have been adjusted and tweaked, and honestly, it sounds so much better. Let me know if you encounter any sound issues after this update. Put that in the comments down below. Another gripe the community had was with the vehicles. They seem to be somewhat overpowered. This has been adjusted in several ways. First and foremost, the vehicle limits have been adjusted in the TacOps game mode, and the number of vehicles has been lowered, and this will hopefully prevent the sense that vehicles are everywhere and swarming around the map. And then also the patch notes say that by default you get an extra RPG round, so now I believe you have 3 before you only had 2. I think that was adjusted in the previous patch, but I'm not 100% sure. But the recoil here was also adjusted in case, you had issues with recoil management on your RPG. Either way, this has all been tweaked to prevent that feeling that you're being overrun by vehicles. We'll see how these balance changes affect the gameplay over the next couple of weeks, but I think this will be helpful there. A couple other minor changes here. The Team Deathmatch respawn timer was reduced to 3 seconds instead of 5 seconds, so it's a little bit more of a meat grinder and goes a little bit quicker. Green glow sticks have been added for the good guys and red glow sticks for the bad guys. Recoil was adjusted on all AK variants, and a majority of assault rifles received adjustments to their hipfire accuracy to make them a little bit more consistent in those close quarters engagements. So a lot of minor adjustments with this update, but that can amount to huge boosts in general enjoyment of the game because it feels a lot more refined. For the general consensus of the changes, we'll have to see how the community adjusts over the next couple weeks. Now, there is one thing that I'm a little bit disappointed about with this update. In the closed beta announcement trailer where they announced that you could purchase packs, they showed off the map Smolensk, which is probably my favorite map from the old build. I really expected it to be in this update, and I thought with the showing in the closed beta announcement, that meant it would be here. Unfortunately, it hasn't come with this update. I'm guessing it's going to be with the next update, maybe the release into open beta here in a couple weeks, but it wasn't here, so I'm a little bit bummed. Which brings us to our next topic, the free open beta release. This update comes in the beginning of March and prepares the game to launch here in a couple weeks. It's going to be launching in a free open beta period, so definitely don't purchase this game right now. Wait a couple weeks and wait until it's free. Unless, you really want to purchase it and you can't wait 2 weeks, but it'll be a really good practice and patience for you. We gamers could all use a little bit more patience. But the game is really coming along nicely, and my only concern is the speed at which the content was pushed. Now, as far as sound goes, a lot has been changed, and that's likely warranted for that time. But hopefully this speed isn't a reflection on how fast content will be dropped once the open beta and full release come. Smolensk, the Asian Theater of War, new game modes, the Battle Pass, there's going to be a lot to keep up with and a lot of things to add to refine over the next year. And we still don't have the map that was originally released back on the old build. So I'm really hoping the speed of the updates once the game releases is relatively quick. During the closed beta period before the update, the game was sitting around 500 or so active players on Steam. So again, the content for this game is going to have to be what carries it, and hopefully the speed retains attention. Now, personally, I think this game is going to be the best free-to-play game on the market and will 100% pass Battlefield 2042's numbers, but that's not really that hard to do anymore. Hopefully the game is going to develop a healthy player base and will have loads and loads of content for you coming in the next few months. With that said, what do you think of the sounds? How about the gameplay? How big do you think this game is going to get as far as active players when it fully releases? I'll write it in stone my estimation here, but with the current market and what the game has to offer, I'm going to estimate around 20,000 players active upon the open beta and full release. I may either look like a fool here or a genius, but I'm man enough to admit when I'm wrong and hopefully humble enough to not brag too much. So we'll see in a few weeks. You can comment down below appropriately then. But that concludes this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the update. Hop into the game and try it out for yourself and let me know. Thanks for stopping by, gamers, and until the next one, be bold, be courageous, stay tactical.